Hey folks, Matt Kuda here. I thought I would bring you along today as I go on a scouting trip down here into the Yadkin River area, not far from my house, only about 10 minutes from my house. There's an eagle down here, and he's been here for years, I just haven't gotten around to seeing coming down here, and you know, there's a reason for that. Sorry, I'm fording creeks here. There's about 3 creeks that you have to ford, and so it's kind of rough, but that was my last creek there I had to ford. But I thought I'd bring you along to kind of show you, you know, what a typical scouting trip might look like for me, to see, you know, what's down here. And you know, I'll have my camera with me. I don't expect to see anything awesome on this trip, but nonetheless, I will be going down here. And so periodically what I'll do is I'll just take out the take out the camera and just show you what's going on. Wow, God, sorry about this. This is a really rough trip. So I'll show you what's going on down here. It's not a long hike down in here. I think it's from the map and everything, I think it's only about a half a mile, quarter mile, half a mile down in here. So I'm not foreseeing anything, you know, major there, as far as like, you know, a 2-hour hike or anything like that. I do have my backpack with me, and I've got my camera gear. Like I said, I'm not thinking that I'm going to see anything major here today. I suspect that I probably will see the nest if it's still here. I haven't heard anything contrary to that, so I'll take you along with me. I'll give periodic updates as I get down here, and we'll just see what's going on. It's interesting. This area is kind of an interesting area. It's a typical kind of southern river, a lot of mud bottom, although there is, you know, rock bottom as well, and very muddy river. But these eagles seem to like it. I've seen at least two different, I guess you want to call them families of eagles on this river in different places, and there's probably more than that. I just, you know, haven't really gone in search of them. eBird does list sightings, of course, and recently one was sighted here. I saw this eagle actually over on Donahaw Road, just down from my house, about 2 weeks ago, and it was a she, I think it was big. She was actually eating roadkill, which they will do. They will eat roadkill. They're kind of a scavenger predator, but I think they like being a predator more than they do scavenge, but they will scavenge. And bald eagles have been known to steal food from other birds. They're not the salt of the earth that people kind of imagine that they are. They are our national bird, and they are a beautiful bird and have some really nice traits about them. But they're certainly not the bird that we kind of make them out to be in our, literature. And there's some deer running back in there. I've got about 2 or 3 doe running back in there now. So I'm in a very rural area here. This is very. As a matter of fact, I'll just turn the camera around. Well, I won't do that right now because that'll mess everything up. But on my way out, I'll turn the camera around so you can kind of see what it looks like down in here. It's your typical wild area in the Piedmont. Lots of pine trees, poplars mixed in. The dogwoods are blooming right now, so it's kind of pretty out here. It's not a heavily traveled area here because of all the fords that you have to ford the creek so many times. Fishermen come in here quite a bit. It looks like they've been doing some controlled burning down in here to get rid of some of this brush. So I'm pretty much at the trail now, so I'm just going to sign off here. I may come back on at some point down the trail and kind of let you know how it's going and what we're seeing and so forth. Anyway, till then. Hey folks, I'm actually down here on the Yadkin River now, walking along the trail here. You can kind of see the river. It's a pretty big river. So I thought I would kind of show you the trail down here. Typical river trail. Not much to see, but might see some wildlife along here somewhere. Right down here around the Yadkin railroad tracks down here as well. I followed this river for so many years. Back during the railroad days, it still is active. It's still a functioning railroad. You can kind of see that over here, back in there. See that railroad. We're walking on the Blue Trail. The Blue Trail will lead us to the Eagle. And I'm going to sign off again, and hopefully next time you see me, we'll be at the Eagle's Nest. Well, somewhere across this river right here is a bald eagle nest. I don't see anything. But I'm going to take my camera out and see if I can scan the treetops and see if I see something. But it's kind of a bad spot right here. You really can't see good. Of course, the lighting's wrong in the morning here, but that's okay. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so I'm heading back. You know, you win some, you lose some. Certainly, I know now that the nest is really not there. I mean, it's there, but there should still be eagles hanging around there this time of year. Immatures even, or I think even their nest should still be intact and strong, and they'll use the same nest over and over again. But I think they've got a nest somewhere else now, so probably my guess is a little farther down the river, because that's where I'm seeing them congregating. I assume, you know, maybe they are there. I don't know. I didn't usually the nests I've been around in the past, you know, you've seen, you hear them, you know, you hear their call frequently. And I was here hours and I didn't see anything, hear anything. The only thing I heard were songbirds and crows. So anyway, you win some, you lose some, right? Matt Kuda, signing off. Get out there and make it a great day, guys. Bye. All right, guys, just some video here as we're heading out. I did get a tip on an eagle that a guy had seen earlier this morning. But, you know, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, when you're looking for eagles in the lower 48, it's not going to be an easy task. You know, that's an Alaskan adventure, you know, and not that you can't get shots of eagles. I mean, I've got a couple, but it's generally a lot of hard work for just a little bit of photography. You know, and you've often heard me say that, you know, when you're a working man you don't have time to, really set up and go out every day and look for everything all the time. Like today I'm on Good Friday here and I'm just out goofing around, looking around. So, you win some, you lose some. I know they're there. I've seen them on the river. I really don't know what happened to the nest. I didn't see any activity. I didn't hear any eagles. Typically when I've been around nests, and I know it's getting late, but typically when you're around nests, you hear the eagles from a distance coming in. I guess maybe that's not where their nest is this year, and I'm going to do a little bit of research on that when I get back and see if I can figure out what's going on. I used to belong to the Audubon, and well, I'm not a big fan of the Audubon, so I discontinued my membership. But they always had, emails that would go out saying, here's the birds we found here. It was a little more in depth than, say, eBird. eBird says, oh, we saw this at, this park or something, but it doesn't really give you a lot of details unless the guy that logs it puts the details in there, which they never do. So there's other places in North Carolina to go. I mean, there's some lakes around here, but by and large, it's kind of a difficult proposition to find bald eagles and photograph them. But here's the thing: I got out. I was able to see a lot of birds, lots of different warbler species. I saw at least 2, maybe 3 warbler species. It was hard to tell from a distance. I mean, there were some butterbutts in there, and I think I saw, I don't know if I got glass on it good, but I think I saw I can't even think of the name of them now, but they're like 3-colored warblers. I can't remember what they're called. Maybe I can dig up that information, but it was a good time, a good exercise, of course. Nice being down along the river anytime you can do something like that. But all in all, it was not successful. So that tells me that it's probably not worth even continuing. And so that's what these scouting trips are all about. I suspected that before I even came down here, but I wanted to prove to myself that what I was suspecting was true. And so that's what all that was about. So I told you I would kind of run the video on the way back here. It's kind of neat, it's not amazing or anything, but you basically ford these 3 creeks. One of them is pretty deep today. Usually they're fairly shallow and it's not a big deal. You can get through them with an all-wheel drive without any problem. I have a 4x4 and I don't have to put it in 4 low or anything like that, so it's pretty easy to get through. But I just thought I would show you, come down here and show you. There's some people out here actually having a picnic. Now, it's the first time I've ever seen that. What the heck? Anyway. Oh, they got dogs out here. That's interesting. It's kind of weird. But it's a nice area out here. I feel like it probably holds a lot of wildlife. And if you had the time and energy, you could probably... this is the Bean Shoals area, by the way, of Yadkin County, of the Yadkin River. And I feel like there's probably some good birding opportunities down in here. You could set up a water drip somewhere and mark it with your GPS and, keep putting water. And I mean, there's a lot of things you can do without baiting, per se. I mean, I think baiting is illegal in any parks in North Carolina. See, there's another warbler right there. Some kind of warbler. I think it's probably another butterbutt, but they're out here today, boy, in force. So this one's a little deeper here. This ford's a little deeper, but let's hit it. Yeehaw! That's always fun to do. Anyhow, I digress. So, that's my report on this area, the Bean Shoals area, and I hope it was helpful to you. It wasn't helpful to me, but I guess it was. But I didn't. It's kind of like going fishing and just not catching anything. But we'll get them next time. There's going to be another place and another time, and you know we'll get them. You know, so there's the third Ford there. But it's a good time. Anyway, this is Matt Kuda. Do I have to say it? Make it a great day and get out there and enjoy nature. Bye-bye.